Hey, YouTubers, Corner, Robb Moffett. Guys, want to do a book review this morning. Scott Adams, How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big. I've been reading do-it-yourself self-improvement books for years. This particular book is one of the more unique, interesting self-improvement books I've ever read. I recommend it highly. Scott Adams has a wonderful way of writing. It's a kind of, I think the editor described it as voicey. It's like it's like he's talking to you. It's a very easy read, very pleasant. But he talks about things that are unique in the self-improvement field. I think one of the most important things he does is he starts off with fundamentals. He talks about how if you really want to make changes in your life, you need to have health and energy, and that comes from diet and exercise. So he goes over in great detail the diet and exercise programs that he did. He doesn't say that people should do what he does. He just says that they should think about using the systems he uses to affect changes and transform things in his life. So starting off with diet and exercise is, if you just learn the tips he gives in those two sections alone, it's worth the price of the book. But a lot of people enjoy his book because of how he talks about using systems instead of goals, which is also kind of transformative, because a lot of people don't, when they go into self-help, they think about goals, things they want to do. He says, don't do that. Just use systems that will help you. Like if you want to lose 25 pounds, you don't have that as a goal. You start a system where you start acquiring habits that will actually have you lose weight. He also talks about skills, how his life has been very successful because of the actual number of skills. He said the more successful a person becomes, or the more skills a person acquires, the easier it is for a person to become successful, because they have layer after layer of things that they know that they can associate with other things and form pattern recognition. Also, they have people they've met, friends and colleagues and so on, where they can acquire information from this. So it builds one thing on top of each other. So he said, your level of success increases by the amount of different skills that you have. He said he isn't very good in any one of his skills, but by having all of them in combination has made him be very successful. One of the things that I enjoyed the most, and I actually I almost stood up when I read it, and it was like, he talks about how failure is a friend, or he's not a friend, but he likes failure, because when it comes into the room, he just chokes it to death until it reveals all of its secrets and all the things he can learn from it and pick its pockets and then kick it out the door. He said he doesn't let failure go until he's learned everything from it that he can to keep it from happening again, or rising above. He turns failure into something he can use, and instead of something that is going against him. So, and I really like that. Also, his sense of optimism is almost overpowering. If you're not an optimist, you'll become a little more optimistic just by reading the book. One of the more fascinating, absolutely not one, the most fascinating chapter of the whole book is his chapter on affirmations. He goes into great detail about how he wants the readers to know he doesn't believe affirmations are some sort of magical thing. He says he doesn't know why they work. He gives various reasons why he thinks they may work, but he still has no idea why they have worked. And he talks about how a couple times really unusual things have happened to him through affirmations. He says, even though he doesn't know why, he can only say that by using them, he has a perception that things did happen. So I have used them myself a couple times and had to stop because I was getting out of my comfort zone. I could see they were working and it was scaring me. So I quit. That's not a good thing to acknowledge in front of people, that I quit on something that I really wanted, but it was working, or something was happening. So the affirmation chapter is pretty fascinating. But when you read a book, you spend time. If you read a book you almost always get at least one good tip from it that can help you in your life. And that's worth more than the time you spent. You're going to get a lot of different tips from this book, not just the affirmations. So affirmations, I think a lot of people, because it seems like an easy thing, where the other things, skill sets and diet and exercise, they seem hard. Where affirmations seem easy, but the other ones are just as important, and actually, I think more successful probably in the long run. Um, the I mentioned how easy it is to read because he has a very pleasant style of writing, and if anything, I think it will help a person become more optimistic. Um, it's a surprisingly well done book. I enjoyed the second time I read it, and I've bought several of his other books, and I think I like this one the best. He also has a podcast that you can listen to on YouTube, and I like watching it on YouTube because I can increase the speed and listen to it at 1.75 speed. So he goes a lot faster. I don't agree with all the stuff because some things, well, also, if you talk for a living day after day, 7 days a week, you're going to eventually say something that other people are going to disagree with. So he said things that I don't really like or care about, but other things, this I recommend highly. You can get it used on Amazon for a few dollars or the library for free. I'll leave a link to it in my video description, and I hope you give it a chance. It's a very helpful book, and very unique, I think, in the do-it-yourself self-improvement genre of books. So I put on new videos every week. Been doing it for 14 years. Got over 1,000 videos on many different subjects, which is why YouTube doesn't know what to do with my channel. I don't got that many views because they don't know what I'm going to be making next, so they don't know who to send my videos to. Like, if I have a niche, I would probably have been a lot more successful in the last 14 years, but I don't want to do that. I just keep making whatever I find interesting, and hope you guys find it interesting too. Put new stuff every week and can't help myself. All right, guys, take care. It's been a pleasure. Hope you check out the book and come back every week. I got new stuff all the time. All right, take care. See you out there.